In honor of Juice World, rest in peace, brother.
Rest in peace.
Welcome to Jet Fuel, Panda Jet.
He's Cody. I'm Michael.
That's Jet.
That's
me.
I'm Bradford. Taylor. That's me. Caitlin's gonna do this, right?
Caitlin, you're really messing this thing up, bro.
All right, starting off at the top 4 teams in the league.
Here we go. Well, actually, let's go backwards.
You're going to go backwards?
Let's build up to it, all right? So, Charlotte versus Buffalo. What do we think?
Buffalo has that one.
I think Charlotte's got I don't remember any players, but I do remember the running back. I don't remember the names, but the running back, he was 5'5". Caitlin, what do you think?
Which team?
Charlotte versus Buffalo.
We played them. Clemson played them a little earlier this year.
They're in the movie we made.
I'm not sure. Charlotte.
They suck. Buffalo, move on.
Yeah, both of them probably are good. So
Utah State versus Kent State. Kent State. They're known for their upset, so that's what I am talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Central Michigan versus San Diego State.
Central Michigan.
Probably Central Michigan.
I'm taking San Diego State.
Due to Central Michigan's quarterback.
I'm taking San Diego.
But they're in New Mexico.
They're gonna go.
Can I just say, look at my side profile.
Freaking ugly.
Cool.
Really ugly.
Cool. Yeah, Central Michigan, their quarterback's been going off these past few weeks, and he's going to continue going off. So.
Georgia Southern versus Liberty.
Georgia Southern. Come on, that's one of the best teams in the country. Next.
FAU versus SMU.
SMU, bro. SMU.
I don't know. Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic got something going on.
No. See, here's the thing. FAU is just kind of a mess. SMU was able to compete with Memphis, a shootout, one of the best football games, college football games of the year. I think, it was a really solid game, and I think that they'll be able to be really competitive.
SMU is a lot better.
All right, FIU and Arkansas State.
Few. I'm taking few on this one.
I don't know. Few is
Caitlin.
good. Arkansas
Where's the green?
Arkansas State is
screen.
Caitlin.
What's the green?
the red's the one that.
Okay. So, Washington and Boise. Dude, bro, Boise State. I'm taking Boise State. All right, Boise State.
Washington's
is
terrible
so hot. Jacob Eason. He's good.
Jacob Eason's of Washington now, right? But Washington.
Oh, this is Washington State.
No, it's Washington.
Right.
Jacob Eason's there, but he's not doing good.
He was at the beginning, which is a real shame because Boise State, though, they are hot. After that FSU game where it was like slow, shootout, whatever, I mean, I said, ladies and gentlemen, every time they win, I was like, ladies and gentlemen, Boise State has won. I repeat, Boise State has won.
I mean, they have a blue field. Played in Las Vegas. Do you think that will be a big factor?
Well, I'm not sure either have huge fan bases, so probably not.
Yeah.
But Boise State is just a really talented team.
All right, UAB versus App State.
Appalachian State.
I'm taking
App State.
Definitely App State.
So Caitlin.
Yes.
Caitlin, why App State?
For you.
App State's pretty good. They're ranked, right? Or they're not ranked
well,
I don't think they're ranked.
Not right. They're not ranked anymore.
Well, they were.
But
They're very good.
They were good.
And they beat South Carolina. They beat some good teams.
They beat North Carolina and South Carolina.
They're good
they're
for
a good team.
their school.
All right, Marshall versus UCF. UCF. They used to go undefeated all the time, but now they're just not.
Here's the thing. I have new respect now for UCF because they would go undefeated and everybody would be like, what teams? And now
that's
the
what
same
they do
things
for Clemson.
Yeah, exactly. Same things happening to us. So I respect what they were. Obviously, they're not winning games anymore, but I think they still have a good bit of talent. I think they're winning this one.
All right, yeah, let's go. BYU versus Hawaii.
BYU. Have you seen their quarterback? Holy moly.
He is cute.
What? Yeah, BYU takes it 30-point game. Miami versus Louisiana Tech. I think Miami, they've been terrible this year. But Miami could do this.
I'm going to tell you right now, Louisiana Tech has a fire in them, right? And Miami, this may surprise people, but it has some good talent. They're recruiting this, for the 2019 season, actually beat Clemson. They were the first in the ACC. We just have better coaching. So I think it's really going to be talent versus, how much you want it. Or, because LA Tech, they have been fiery, so we'll see.
Yeah, all right. Pitt versus Eastern Michigan. Got to go Pitt.
Pitt.
In the ACC. Great competition.
Yeah, I'm just saying Pitt. They kept it close with Penn State. They are a talented team. They were at the ACC championship last year. I'm taking Pitt.
North Carolina Temple. I think North Carolina is a great coached team right now. Matt Brown is building something special over there. I think they could be back to the ACC championship game maybe next season or the next season after that. I think if he stays and keeps building on that recruiting that recruiting class is looking pretty well right now in North Carolina. I mean, they're on the come up.
In the 90s, Mac Brown was like the best coach in college football. That's not even a joke. So, next game, Caitlin.
Michigan State and Wake Forest. I think Wake Forest will take this one.
No, I think Michigan
State.
Wake
Forest.
I am going to say Wake Forest.
Just
because
their coach is great.
The wide receiver, what's that guy's name? Surratt?
Well, actually, their best player, it was a wide receiver. He's out for the season.
Out for the season?
I forgot his name.
It's something Surratt.
He was out the game.
One of the Surratt brothers.
He
and his brother plays for North Carolina.
Career-ending injury happened the game before Clemson. He didn't play against Clemson.
He's so talented. Oh, my God. Michigan State has been on a downward spiral since the start of the season. A very disappointing season for them. Wake Forest is just more talented.
All right, Texas A&M versus Oklahoma State.
Let's ask Caitlin first.
Oklahoma.
This game could go either way.
Caitlin, what do you think?
I think Texas A&M.
I agree.
This game could go either way. Kellen Mond, he's not consistent at all this season. I get he's played a lot of top 10 teams, but Texas A&M's I think Texas A&M's the best 7-5 team in the country.
You look at the surface, right? And you're like, oh, these teams are pretty even. Look at all of Texas A&M's losses. You got Clemson, Alabama, Georgia, LSU. What was the other one? Another Florida. Florida? Yeah. All those. Auburn. It was Auburn. Yeah. Those are all top. Those are all close games. Yeah. All top 15 losses. Some top 10. I mean, these are some of the most elite teams in the country that they lost to. I think they might even dominate this game. I would be so bold as to say.
All right, USC versus Iowa. I think USC will take this one.
USC,
because Iowa, they beat Minnesota, which was a great team this year, surprisingly. But I think USC will come out and want this bowl game more.
I think Iowa. Iowa is just. They're one of the most in my opinion, one of the most underrated teams. And USC, they are good, and I think next year they'll be like. They're in the Pac-12.
I think USC will be on the come up. I mean,
next year
they lost Sam Darnold, but they have these freshman QBs that are showing out for them week in and week out. And
I think
they can find that guy.
Now, Iowa, I think currently is the better team.
All right, Washington State and Air Force. I think Washington State takes this one.
I think Washington.
They have a great QB in Anthony Gordon. I think that's his name. He's passed for over 5,000 yards and maybe 40-something touchdowns, I think. And that offense is just high power through the air. And if Air Force can shut down that passing game, they could win. But I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Yeah. All right, so going from Caitlin to Jet, let's talk about Notre Dame and Iowa State.
Caitlin?
Notre Dame.
No, Caitlin.
What?
Notre Dame versus Iowa State.
Notre Dame.
Mikhail?
I'm going to say Iowa.
Well, me personally, Iowa State, they're known for upsetting teams because I'm pretty sure they're going into this game as big underdogs.
Especially the second game.
I just think Notre Dame, they have more talent right there. Iowa State is right there. Not close to them, but they have some talent. But I think Notre Dame will pull out and win maybe by 3 points.
You know what? I was literally going to say basically the same thing. Like, Notre Dame, I think, will win, but it'll just be so close because Notre Dame, it struggles against, like, a competitive team. It doesn't matter how good. If they're competitive, it's like, if you keep them in the game, it's going to be a close game. And, you know, I just think Notre Dame barely pulls this one off. That's what I think.
Yeah, 3 points is what I said. All right, Jet?
Notre Dame.
No comments, just Notre Dame, plain and simple.
Yeah.
All right. Western Michigan versus Western Kentucky.
All right, I'm just get this out of the way.
No one cares about this game.
No one cares about this game. It's a coin. It's a coin flip.
I mean, it's the First Responders Bowl, like
a first responder.
So yeah, it's played in Dallas.
I'm gonna say Western.
I'm gonna say Western Michigan.
just to shake it up. I'm gonna say the other thing.
All right, Louisville versus Mississippi State. I think
Louisville.
Their coach.
Mississippi State.
I think their coach should have won ACC Coach of the Year over that Virginia coach because Louisville was like what, a 2-win team last year.
Oh my gosh!
And now look at them right now.
Louisville not only got. I mean, most teams get blown out by Clemson in the ACC. They lost 77-16. Had a 2-win season. They were the second worst team in the ACC after North Carolina last year. And their comeback has been so great.
Yeah.
They beat Wake Forest. They were very competitive with Clemson.
They kept scoring points on Wake Forest too.
Right.
And Wake Forest was undefeated, like with momentum.
Right. That's totally right. So I'm just gonna say that
Louisville will take this against.
Louisville is a competitive team. Mississippi State this year has been one of the worst teams in the SEC, unlike last year. So I think that Louisville will take it.
All right, Illinois versus Cal. I think Cal. Cal has a great secondary, I think, and I think their defense will shut it down for them in the end.
I'm going to say that I think that Cal is really inconsistent.
I remember Illinois upsetted Wisconsin a couple weeks back. Remember that?
I thought that was Indiana.
It was Illinois.
Was it Illinois?
Yeah, they hit a last-second field goal.
But you know what? I'm going to take Illinois because Cal doesn't know its identity yet. That's what I think.
All right, Utah versus Texas.
Utes. I'm taking the Utes.
I think
Sam Ehlinger, though, I'm just going to say, is that trashed on for no... Like, the team is bad, all right? The team is not what it was at the beginning of the season. But Sam Ehlinger, I hate how people will hate on him because he's putting up numbers. Like, he's having a good season still, regardless of his bad team or whatever. He's great, but he won't be enough. I mean, if he can get to Colin Johnson and Colin Johnson can make those good catches, long body receiver, maybe it's a close game. But the Utes are more complete. Their defense is
what I think is going to happen.
They're going to win.
Utah, they're angry. They're going to be playing angry.
Right.
They wanted that Pac-12 championship, and they did lose their chance to go to the playoff. To that game versus Oregon, and they were just completely imploded against Oregon. So I think they're going to practice real hard and get ready for this game and just show that they belong, to be in the top 10 like they are right now. And I think Texas's defense is just not doing them any favors this year. So I think that's why they fired the defensive coordinator. So I think Utah is going to take.
And they were arguing that they were DBU. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
Virginia Tech and Kentucky.
All right, wait. All right, going from Caitlin to Jet.
Okay.
Virginia Tech, Kentucky. Let's go.
I think Virginia Tech.
Mick?
I'm going to say Virginia Tech. Let me tell you why. Never mind.
I'm going to go Virginia Tech. They got more firepower, I think, on the offensive side. And Kentucky, they have like a wide receiver at quarterback, I think, but he's been playing pretty well. And but I just think Virginia Tech has basically, I think they're the better coach team out of this one, so I'm going to take Virginia Tech.
Jet.
Hey.
Oh, sorry, Jet didn't go.
Well, Cody didn't go either.
Yeah, I ain't go.
Oh, sorry.
Jerk.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, Kentucky handled Louisville. That being said, Virginia Tech and Virginia are two very even teams, and I think that they're better than Louisville, probably better coached, and so that's why I think they'll pull off an upset here. I mean, Kentucky is still pretty good, but it's got a wide receiver for a quarterback, and he's been doing good too.
Okay, yeah.
Virginia Tech.
Jet.
To Jet.
Kentucky.
Why?
Kentucky, why? This is the Belk Bowl we're talking about.
Just because.
It's Virginia Tech versus Kentucky.
Virginia who?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. You said Virginia Tech.
Kentucky wants it bad. Virginia Tech doesn't really care. Kentucky really does. So I'm going Kentucky.
What happened?
What?
Oh, okay.
No,
it cut out for a second.
I'm going Kentucky mostly just because you guys went Virginia Tech.
All right, Arizona State versus Florida State. I think Florida State, they just hired Mike Norvell, but he won't be coaching this game.
Yeah.
But I think
because of that, they will be losing.
Arizona
Florida State will be losing.
This could go either way. I think because there's weeks where Florida State plays lights out. And
doesn't Arizona State have like a really good quarterback?
Yeah, he does. And
Yeah,
he's a freshman and he's a baller, and that's why Arizona State's gonna win this game.
He's like the new Slim Reaper. I'm taking him, and I think he's gonna,
All right.
He's gonna beat up FSU, I think.
Kansas State versus Navy. I'm going with Navy, baby.
Navy.
I got a friend named Gray Anderson. He loves the Navy. Navy.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about Gray Anderson. What does the guy know about football?
Cody.
I mean, he is a Carolina fan, but you don't have to be like that, man.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Well, I thought he was a Navy.
He's a Carolina.
He's a Navy.
Oh, he's a
What
Carolina
about-
fan.
wait,
I'm just
Jet-
making a joke.
Jet, who do you think was gonna win that game?
Kansas State.
Wait, what?
Navy has it all the way. They can't stop the triple option if that's what they
Michael?
still run, hopefully.
I'm going to say the Navy.
Okay.
I want Navy to win, but I don't think
It's
they
a
will.
4-5.
Wyoming versus Georgia State.
Wyoming.
Caitlin.
Wyoming. Okay, and I'll tell you why.
And I'll tell you why.
And I'll tell you why. Okay, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Wyoming beat Missouri this year. Okay, first game of the season. Missouri has Kelly Bryant at the helm, who threw for 436 yards.
Kelly's out.
I'm just saying. Let me talk about this. All right, Kelly threw for 436 yards.
But he's
he
out.
had 4 touchdowns that game. They still lost. Wyoming had. I will admit, have not watched any Wyoming football.
This is relevant.
But they've got something on defense. All right.
Okay.
They have something that can top pretty good teams. So that's what I'm
Does anyone think that Georgia State's gonna win?
No.
Okay.
No, because they don't have John Brown yet. But next year they got it in the bag.
John Brown going to Georgia State. He's going to take them to the playoff, hopefully. Okay. Michigan versus Alabama. That's the one everybody's been talking about. But
All
I
right,
think
here's the thing about Michigan. Alabama was the most overhyped this year. And
no, not really. If they had Tua Tagovailoa, they'd be in the playoff right now.
Yeah, they're definitely overhyped, but they haven't
They
done
were-
it.
no, they were
overhyped,
overhyped.
but they should still be in the.
They would-
no, I'm telling you right now, they're better than Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Can we just
that's-
all say that?
That
Agree
is
with
better than Oklahoma.
They don't deserve to be in, but they are better than Oklahoma.
They're better than some of the teams in the top 10 right now.
I know, I
Penn State,
totally agree.
they're
I
I
definitely
feel like
better
I
than
feel like
Penn
it's a
State.
hit or miss though with Alabama.
Listen, I'm going to say
No.
Alabama
Yeah.
because of their losses.
If Tua was playing against Auburn loses that game.
Did you think about how the 2 ranked teams that Alabama played, they lost to?
Yeah, but did they have a healthy Tua?
Listen.
No.
Oh.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Tua shouldn't be the only reason they win. They should win
But
because
sadly
they're a
it
good
is.
team.
Yeah.
Do you think LSU will be undefeated without Joe Burrow? No, they would
I
say.
think they'd
listen.
be 11-1 without Joe Burrow.
Yeah. I
Listen to
think
me,
they'd be
listen to
up
me,
there.
listen to me, listen to me. I mean, Alabama's really good. They almost beat Auburn, but they're just not quite there, obviously, because of injury to and again, they're better than basically all the 7 teams that aren't. Oh, hey.
Alabama's receivers are going to just go off.
All I'm
and
gonna say,
Alabama's
all I'm
gonna
gonna say
win.
is they're better than Michigan. Their talent is so much better than Michigan. I said that Alabama was the most overhyped team going into the season. Michigan is just the most overhyped program in general. Every year, it's like this is a new Michigan, turning it around. It's something else. Get destroyed by Ohio
Michigan.
State. Jim Harbaugh, just get fired already. You need a new job, buddy. Go back to the NFL. San Francisco 49ers don't need you no more, though, so maybe, I don't know.
I hear a little
what do you wanna do?
commotion
behind
How about you
that,
wear some
Cody.
khakis?
I'm gonna
Panthers.
choose. I know. I'm gonna choose Michigan.
Carolina
just to be different.
Panthers.
Okay.
Okay.
But
New Orleans Saints.
Oh
my God.
Screaming in your freaking
Why
mind.
would you scream in the mic like that?
It's annoying. So
Come on,
please
Nick,
don't.
what are you doing, man?
Bradford, on your topic of you saying the thing about Alabama only winning because they had Tua Tagovailoa, and then now they don't have him, they're losing. Zeno.
The heck is Zeno? What is
Zeno at Baylor?
Yeah.
Dude, Zeno at
He was their
Baylor?
third string.
And he had never started. He barely was in practice. Dude,
true.
this
But
guy wasn't even
did
on the
they-
charts.
Did they
the QB
win, though?
charts.
Did they win, though?
They almost did.
No,
the
but
dude
they
threw-
should have.
They should have.
I called it. Their offensive line imploded.
They would have beaten
But
Oklahoma with
I
their
don't think
starter,
in the
right?
story Michigan can't
Zeno?
stop Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith or whatever Jerry.
Dude, Jalen Waddle had
Exactly.
4 touchdowns
And
on
they're gonna-
Auburn. Are you kidding me?
In the discussion,
You know who
Michigan,
Michigan could stop.
Minnesota versus Auburn.
Auburn.
Minnesota versus Auburn.
I'm taking Minnie. Row the dang boat. All right, row the boat, baby.
I feel like Auburn's hyped up now.
Auburn's hyped. Listen, Auburn is so hyped up because they just beat Alabama.
You sound like Stephen A. Smith.
Alabama. But listen, They just beat Alabama. They're hyped up, but Minnesota, they're grieving because they just lost to Wisconsin. I think talent-wise, they're pretty even. They got some really great wide receivers at Minnesota, and the defense at Auburn is great. But the motivation now is different because Auburn wants to prove that they're still worthy. But Minnesota, they're playing angry. They need a redemption after that Wisconsin game. They probably feel like they would be in. I think it's a toss-up, but I think Minnesota comes out.
I'm going with Auburn in this one. I think it's the last game of the year. They have great senior D linemen. That D line is going to show out. And I think Bo Nix is going to try to do his best to have his best game.
It's Bo time.
Have his best game at the end of the season. I think Bo Nix will have a
Bo
great
Picks? You mean Bo Picks? Yeah, Bo Picks, baby.
Okay, what about
He had his best game against Alabama, which is impressive, but trust me, the
Boston
the
College and Cincinnati.
Wait, we didn't get Mike and Jet's opinion. Jet.
Their opinion doesn't matter.
Auburn.
Mike
No, I already said Auburn.
Wait, Caitlin, what'd you say again?
I said Auburn.
I said
so.
Auburn.
All right, so I'm all alone when I say Minnesota.
All by yourself.
I think Auburn has this.
All right.
Okay, next game.
Boston College and
No,
Cincy.
I think the Auburn game. Hold up, it's gonna be a very close game, but I think Auburn's just gonna get it.
Exactly.
They're probably just
Cody,
gonna
you
win
can
by
switch
a
your
field goal.
decision, man.
Minnesota.
I'd be happy if Minnesota wins though, because Minnesota's.
I'm
They're
rooting
good.
for
They're
them
good.
too. They
Talk-
were
Can we
nothing
move
last year. Now they're
on?
good.
Can we talk about how they're Minnesota's definitely
All right, we're
overhyped?
done.
No,
we're
we
done,
can't
we're
talk
done.
about that
All right,
because we have to
hush.
talk about
Hey,
Boston
Yeah,
College.
hey,
we're done.
Boston
Okay, moving
College
on.
versus Cincinnati.
AJ Dillon, he's good and he's gonna take him down. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Cincinnati is it bothers me. It annoys me when people are saying that they are like a worthy ranked team. I have seen them play. I have seen the tape. No, they're not. No, they are not. Use common sense. Compare the players. All right, AJ Dillon honestly is the best player. He'll be the best player on the field in that game, and he's a big guy. He's gonna take him down. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Just enough.
But what if he decides to sit so he can go to the draft?
Then it might be a closer game because Boston College has a young quarterback, and the rest of the team is like.
I think Cincinnati.
But because of AJ Dillon, he's the X factor in that game.
All right, Tennessee versus Indiana. I think Tennessee takes this one. They
Tennessee's
turned their whole season around somehow. I don't know how.
After that terrible start, they had a terrible start, and they're like the what's their record? 5-7.
They were 1-5, I think. No,
What's their record? They're 6. Now they've won 6 now.
they're like 7-5, I think.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. I'm really impressed with what they've done this season after that one of the worst starts of the season.
They can't be because
It's 6-6 or 7.
because Clemson's 13-0.
Because we played in a championship game.
Yeah, but
All teams play 12 games.
okay, yeah, I'm right then. Okay.
So I mean, it's really impressive. I think they'll win this one.
I think Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
This is one that no one really cares about.
Nevada
Yeah, we're skipping
versus
it.
Ohio.
Don't even talk about it.
Skipping.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Nevada fans, if you even are one.
Okay.
Other bowl games as Tulane and Southern Miss. No one cares about that either. I don't think.
Louisiana versus Miami.
No one cares about that. either.
No, roll the clock back.
Okay.
Tulane and Southern Miss. Tulane, underrated team. I just want to say that I think they're gonna win. All right.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Well, New Year's Six bowls starts off as Memphis
Louisiana
versus,
wins
Memphis
also.
versus Penn State.
All right, listen. Memphis, I actually think Memphis is going to win this one. They're so hot on offense. They are hot. They're fast paced. They like finish drives quickly. All right. You watch their games. They are really good. I think that they have a shot at this one for the upset. I'm dead serious.
As I
here.
said before, I think Penn State is not that good, really. I mean, they were good at like the beginning of the season, I guess. But then Minnesota just like came in and took their thunder, and then Minnesota got beat, So I think it's gonna be a close game, but I just think Memphis could win this one, and I really think Memphis has a great chance at this one. So I'm just gonna go with Memphis just to say there's
I'm
an
going
upset.
with Penn State.
Me too.
Wait, what? Okay, so can you guys explain why you're going with Penn State?
I don't know.
Yeah, you
Penn
don't
State
know.
just played good, I think.
How do you know? You don't watch them.
No, I have.
Memphis
Well,
has been doing
it's-
great, but it's just Penn State.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Penn State.
I'm out.
That's my opinion.
I
think-
disagree.
I think Penn State's
I
just-
disagree.
So Cody,
I
you think it's
disagree.
Memphis too?
I think it's Memphis.
Memphis.
But, wait, so what about? Okay, I know they got Sean
wait.
Clifford. I know.
Michael, what do you think?
Memphis versus
Switch the
Tennessee
camera to
is
Michael.
Look at my
going to be
side profile.
Memphis. I would have to say Memphis. Why do you keep switching the camera? Okay, just go back.
It's on you. Okay.
All right,
versus
Virginia versus Florida. I think Florida's going to take this one. Virginia's defense is horrific. Bryce Perkins might make some plays, but Florida's going to be too much for them. And Cal Trask is going to win the game. They're taking the Orange Bowl.
Okay, Florida, Virginia. I want Virginia to win so bad because ACC is not looking good. Everyone wants to trash on it. But here's the thing. Bryce Perkins had a productive first quarter against Clemson. He was moving the sticks. They weren't finishing, but he was moving the sticks, got a couple touchdowns, 17 points. That's the most since the North Carolina game when we were struggling. I think, Florida's defense, not quite as good. It's still very good. Not quite as good as Clemson's. I think that Florida wins, but Bryce Perkins has a good performance, and he can get points on the board. I hope Virginia wins, though.
You are correct. Okay. Wisconsin, Oregon.
Oregon.
I think Wisconsin takes this one.
Oregon. I'm taking Oregon.
Why do you say Oregon?
I'll tell you why. The receivers. Justin Herbert.
He's not a receiver.
I'm saying the receivers, then Justin Herbert.
Well, you want to know why Wisconsin's winning?
NFL-ready quarterback.
You want to know why Wisconsin's winning? Because they're playing angry now that they just blew that to Ohio State. And Wisconsin's defense is really...
Let's ask Jet, who did you say?
Wisconsin's defense is really good this year, and they're going to win this game, and Oregon's not going to be able to score, and Justin Herbert's going to throw at least 2 interceptions, and he's going to go to the NFL and make his draft stock go down. And Wisconsin's going to win.
Bradford.
Wait, I'm telling you my take.
Okay, Jet.
I agree with Cody. Wisconsin,
That was me.
I guarantee they're going to give up.
Oh, you think Wisconsin's going to lose?
Yeah, I agree with Cody.
Bring the kid. Wait, actually, I'm just going to get
Here, no, I got you, Cody.
Get me in here with Michael. Then we think Wisconsin's going to win.
Here's the thing. Wisconsin cannot finish games. I know they beat Minnesota. That was their biggest finish of the season. They can't, they just can't do it. I think it'll be a close game, honestly, because I don't think
they can't finish against is Ohio State.
I don't think
That's the only team.
No. Watch the rest of the games that they lost.
They only lost to Ohio State.
Think about what about their upset? What about their upset, huh? They couldn't finish that game.
What upset?
That upset against Indiana or Illinois or whatever that I team was.
Oh, that was week 4.
He said Ohio.
Week 4
or week 6. I don't know.
Yeah, come on. That was like you gotta finish that
basically,
stuff. Listen.
You can say the same thing. You can say the same thing about Clemson, North Carolina.
But we finished the game. We finished the game.
Well, yes.
Gosh.
You don't know that.
Okay.
I do know that because the game was over.
We're gonna move on.
No. I gotta say. I got off track. But in all seriousness, this is what I'm gonna say. I think it'll be a very close game because Pac-12 is Pac-12 and Oregon doesn't really reach the top 4 in terms of talent level. Although I do think them versus Oklahoma would be interesting.
Imagine if North Carolina did that PAT. Imagine.
They would never. But But what I'm gonna say is, I think that the talent on Oregon's offense just outweighs the Wisconsin defense.
Georgia and Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna root for Baylor here. I'm gonna root for Baylor. I'm rooting for They are probably so mad right now, losing to Oklahoma.
How do you feel about Georgia? They got embarrassed.
Georgia got embarrassed. Their whole offense is like in the ER. Okay.
Not funny.
Okay.
I'm
rooting for Baylor.
I'm rooting for Baylor too. I hate Georgia. Georgia can't do that.
I want Baylor to win, and I hope that I'm wrong, but I don't think Baylor is actually a strong enough team to clutch against Georgia.
Pretty good.
I'm hoping that Georgia is weak this week, and Baylor tries to be a little bit stronger, which would lead them to beating Georgia.
All right.
And probably being
I think
number 5 for next
I think that their offense, is obviously super injured, but I don't think Baylor's defense would be able to necessarily.
All right.
I just don't know in this one. I hope Baylor wins. I think they could.
Moving to the 2 games of the season, of the year we've all been waiting for. The Fiesta Bowl, Clemson versus Ohio State.
I talk first on this one. Talk first. All right, listen to me. Ever heard of the year 2016? New Year's Eve, December 31st, Deshaun Watson
New players.
versus J.T. Barrett, killing brothers. All right, he was sending people to the grave.
Rest in peace, C.J. Fuller.
Oh, and rest in peace, C.J. Fuller. But yeah, I mean, C.J. Fuller, it's such a good game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. However, this is an Ohio State team that is significantly best Ohio State team in the playoff era, maybe.
They have two Heisman finalists. And,
it will be a much bigger challenge than that year. But, I think Clemson, I hate that we're not the underdog. I mean, they're ranked higher, but we're favored to win. I wish it was the other. I wish we weren't, because we need to have that underdog mentality. People have been dogging on Clemson the whole season, saying
it doesn't matter what the point spread is. We have the underdog mentality already. When they started moving us down from number one, we haven't lost a game.
What I'm going to say here is we need to go in there being like, we're going to show people why we deserve to be at the top. You doubt us all season. Now you're going to see what's going to happen. That's what needs to happen.
Stop.
Get that out of here.
The thing about Clemson, I think they always need something to prove. They should never be put at number 1 or 2. They always need to be specifically 3. 3 is
Fun
where
fact.
they shine.
Some of the great Clemson teams, no team has won at 1. When we are down, when people are hating on us, that's when we play our best football.
No team has
Ohio
ever
State
won
is
at
really
number
great.
one.
Right. And no team has ever won at number 3 either. So hopefully we can break a new record. And I think that Ohio State, they want revenge.
Hey,
I think
start with Caitlin.
Could
Wait,
win.
no,
I think
just let Jet talk. Let Jet talk.
Jet was?
What I think about this game is I think a lot of Clemson fans are hoping it's going to be just as easy it was in 2016.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
It's not going to be. But I don't think Ohio State, in my opinion, they have good players and have been a good team. I don't think they're really good enough.
I think the key to this game is neutralize Chase Young, and J.K. Dobbins can't get over 100 yards.
Yeah,
And what I think we do.
I think get to Justin Fields,
and I think we force Justin Fields to throw when he's not ready.
Right. What I think we do with this game is we do what Brent Venables plans to do every game: let them go deep
and
stop them short. Once they go deep and they get in the 20 to 10 yard line, then we stop them short.
Pete's sake, Tanner Muse, Cameron, please do something.
I forget.
Yeah, I agree.
Can I stop talking?
Tanner Muse needs to stop acting crazy.
Jed was saying this thing.
I was gonna say,
Caitlin, stop. All right,
is that we let them go short. It's gonna be a close game.
What is going on
until halftime? It's gonna look like it's gonna be one of the hardest games. Third quarter, Clemson's gonna get the lead. Ohio State's gonna come back later in the fourth, make it closer. Clemson's gonna win by a touchdown or by 10 points.
Winning by 20.
In my opinion.
Okay. Knock on wood.
I think hopefully Clemson will win, but it'll be more of a challenge.
All right. It'll be more of a challenge.
Season.
I really agree with Jet though, but people need to stop saying that it's going to be super easy, because that will be our downfall.
It's going to get in our heads.
No, we've never been great when we go into a challenging game thinking we're just going to destroy. Remember the Sugar Bowl? That was a mess. So we got to be ready for these guys, all right?
Oklahoma versus LSU. I'm going to go ahead and say it.
LSU's going to win.
I'm going to go ahead and say it, okay? This game is basically going to be who scores the most points.
Oklahoma's not as good.
They don't have good defenses.
No.
Oklahoma's going to win.
Listen to me.
Oklahoma's going to win.
I've been listening to you talk, Bradford. I've been listening to you talk. And I'm just going to say that take doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because you have a team in Oklahoma with a great player in Jalen Hurts and a great receiver in CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb has to be the X factor every single game, though, all right? And in this case, it's just not going to work because they've struggled against, we struggled that one game. We've figured ourselves out. They have struggled multiple. They got beaten, and they struggled multiple times. We found a way to win. They didn't find a way to win that one time. These other games, they're just getting exposed more and more. And, again, Jalen Hurts is great. CeeDee Lamb is great. But LSU is just going to, wipe the floor with them, all right?
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Hurts, I think it could be even scoring early in the game, but second half, it'll be too much for whatever the Oklahoma defense has. So that's why your take is ridiculous, pal.
Care to elaborate?
Well, since you want to do that towards me, all right, I get it, all right? I get why you think that. They're the number one team. Joe Burrow, Heisman, all right? But you never know what will happen, all right? You know, it could get to their head. LSU's never been in the playoff. Oklahoma's been 4 times. 4 times.
They've never won a playoff game. Oklahoma has never, I repeat, never won a playoff game.
So why
ever?
So why not now?
So their playoff
So why not
experience,
now?
their playoff experience, by the way, means nothing because they have never won. Baker Mayfield had a shootout with Georgia. Clemson dominated the year before. Whatever. Alabama was dominating the game. Kyler Murray was slowly bringing them back. It just wasn't enough. The thing is, Oklahoma in the playoffs never has enough. They will bring something to the table, but it is never enough to finish a game against a better team. They just can't do it. Joe Burrow is going to be the Heisman.
Why not now?
I mean, why not now? Because they just can't do it. And they've been struggling way more this season than they have last season. Even though Jalen Hurts is great, CeeDee Lamb is great, they just struggle.
I agree with Cody. I agree. I think Oklahoma, they're not going to do much against LSU. And a lot of people say LSU's strength comes from Joe Burrow. But LSU has so much more talent than Joe Burrow, especially the offensive line. They're what give Joe Burrow his Heisman chance.
Right, his Heisman moments.
Because they held the guys for what, 8 seconds last game?
At one point it was almost 10.
Yeah.
Almost 10 full seconds.
Y'all fail to realize what's the date?
And the Oklahoma
It's
defense,
The 10th.
the Oklahoma defense is not good enough to get through that
Do
O-line.
you see how much time they have to prepare? Do you see?
Yeah. And
So we
that
don't know
will
what-
not help.
Oklahoma
How would that
could be
not
given-
help?
Oklahoma could be given a year for this game and still lose.
Right. Oklahoma.
Oh my
I'm
God!
sorry.
I can't wait to see y'all's faces when
I'm
Oklahoma wins.
sorry, Oklahoma, but you just
Michael.
you can't.
I'm coming in here on Saturday and turning this podcast on and
Michael,
saying, "I
what
told
about
you so."
you?
It's a
LSU
possibility.
is going to
Devotion.
win.
You think
They're more
LSU?
better than Oklahoma.
Yep.
Okay, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma has
Okay,
lost
put
how
the
many
camera on me
games?
real quick,
Okay.
Kaylin. Put the camera on me real quick. Okay.
It's on you. It's on
LSU
you.
undefeated.
This is what's going to happen. Oh, actually, no, not what's going to happen. Oklahoma, the reason you're in is not because you earned it. It's because no one else has
Alabama.
left. No one else has left. If Alabama was a one-loss team right now, they'd be in. They would be in because they're significantly better. It's not because Oklahoma is yes, we made it. We earned this. We earned this spot.
But,
No one else was left. No one else was left for that spot.
If Utah beats Oregon, do they get in?
Probably, yeah. If it was a dominating win, they would have gotten in. Utah would have gotten in.
All right,
But
we're
it
done.
would be
Now, hypothetical national championship. Let's say Clemson wins and LSU wins.
I was gonna move on to something different.
I don't know. I've heard that LSU is scared of Clemson. They're just.
No one wants to play Clemson in the
one-
playoffs.
Everyone
I think
thinks
Clemson is also scared of LSU.
That
I think
Very, very
everyone
true.
is scared of everyone in this case.
'Cause-
I think
'cause
it's going to be down to who gets the first stop.
LSU versus Clemson would be one of the greatest games in the college football playoff.
I totally agree.
Tigers versus
We
Tigers.
need, we need it.
Some of the hottest offenses in the league. I think, obviously, I'm going to say we would win, but I'll tell you it's because our defense, we just have one of the most versatile players in college football on defense, and
Isaiah
Isaiah
Simmons.
Simmons. I mean, he just won the Butkus Award
We
for
need
best linebacker in the
Isaiah.
country.
We need Tanner Muse to not whiff
Yeah.
on anything.
We
We need Tavon Wallace to stay, keep doing what he's doing. AJ Terrell doing great. Kendrick doing awesome. What's his name? Skalski and Spector. He's playing pretty well.
Yeah,
And
Brennan Spector.
D-line doing a great job.
Yeah, I mean, we got a young. I think defense will be the key to this game. They've got great backs, but I think Isaiah Simmons will be
still
our
doing
X factor in winning.
If it is LSU versus Clemson, I don't think I can make a full call on who would win that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
game would just be too great to watch.
I'm literally just gonna say it would be one of the best games. I think, but again, Isaiah Simmons would be our X factor, and that's
All right,
what would be.
I'm gonna move. We're not done. I have a thing. All right. The Heisman finalists. We have
It's
Joe Burrow,
Hey, I heard Joe.
Justin Fields,
Joe won
Chase
Heisman.
Young, and Jalen Hurts. So
Joe Burrow.
Here's the
Joe
thing.
Burrow.
Hey guys, you know Joe?
who's Joe? Joe Mama.
Yeah, I was gonna say Joe. Joe is just okay. I don't even know how to describe this man. He's breaking records. He came from Ohio State as a backup. I mean, I saw him last year. I would have never thought that guy would win Heisman. He was like an average. He was good.
He was terrible against Alabama.
Last year he was a good quarter. He wasn't great. He was all right. Nothing special. I think what he's done this year, he leads touchdowns, yards, whatever.
Bradford is out.
Got to win.
Thank you guys.
He's going to win it. And that is it for Jet
I'm
Field.
Michael.
It was an intense day.
Jet?
I hope you enjoyed Jet Field. We're signing out. Listen to Jet.
Jalen
He
and
just
Justin
burped.
definitely aren't